Hello students, today we have to see the 54th lecture for Business Statistics Paper 3 for TY BCom students. The name of the topic is Statistical Quality Control. Today we will see control charts for attributes. In spite of wide applications of X bar and R charts as a powerful tool of diagnosis of sources of trouble in the production process, their use is restricted because of the following limitations. First limitation, they are charts for variable only, that is for quality characteristic which can be measured and expressed in numbers. Second limitation, in certain situations they are impracticable and uneconomical. For example, if the number of measurable characteristics, each of which could be a possible candidate for X bar and R charts, is too large, say 30,000 or so, then obviously there can't be 30,000 control charts. So as an alternative to X bar and R charts, we have the control charts for attributes, which can be used for quality characteristics. First part, which can be observed only as attributes by classifying an atom as defective or non-defective, that is conforming to specifications or not. And second part, which are actually observed as attributes even though they could be measured as variables. For example, go and no go test results. So these are two control charts for attributes. First is control chart for fraction defective, which is called as P chart, and control chart for number of defects per unit, that is C chart. So control chart for fraction defective, which is nothing but P chart. While dealing with attributes, a process will be adjusted in statistical control if all the samples or subgroups are ascertained to have some population proportion P. If D is the number of defectives in a sample of size n, then the sample proportion defective is P is equal to D upon N. So 3 sigma control limits for P chart are given by central line is equal to P bar, which is equal to summation Pi upon K. Upper control limit is equal to P bar plus 3 under root P bar Q bar upon N, and lower control limit is equal to P bar minus 3 under root P bar Q bar upon N. Now interpretation of P chart. If all points fall within the control limits without exhibiting any specific pattern, the process is said to be in control. In such a case, the observed variations in the fraction defectives are attributed to the stable pattern of chance causes, and the average fraction defective P bar is taken as standard fraction defective P. Second interpretation, points outside the upper control limit are termed as high spots. This suggests deterioration in the quality and should be regularly reported to the production engineers. The reason for such deterioration could possibly be known and removed if the details of conditions under which the data were collected were known. Third point, points below lower control limit are called low spots. Such points represent a situation showing improvement in the product quality. However, before taking this improvement for guaranteed, it should be investigated if there was any slackness in inspection or not. Last point, When a number of points fall outside the control limits, a revised estimate of P should be obtained by eliminating all the points which fall above upper control limit. It is assumed that points that fall below lower control limit are not due to the faulty inspection. The standard fraction defective P should be revised periodically in this way. Control chart for fraction defective P chart. See the example. The following are the figures of defectives in 22 lots, each containing 2000 belts. So 425, 430, 216, 341, 225, 322, 280, 306, 337, 303, 402, 216, 264, 126, 409, 129, 193, 326, 280, 389 and 451. So draw control chart for fraction defective and comment on the state of control of the process. See the solution. Here we have fixed sample size n is equal to 2000 for each lot. If di and pi are respectively the number of defectives and the number of defectives and the sample fraction defective for ith lot, then pi is equal to di upon 2000. I takes value from 1, 2, 3 up to 22, which are given in the following table. So we have to calculate pi for every sample. See the first value 425. So we will calculate P as 425 divided by 2000. So the answer is 0.2125. Second sample, D value is 430. So 430 divided by 2000, the value becomes 0.2150. Third sample, D value is 216 out of 2000. So 216 divided by 2000 is equal to 0.1080. Fourth sample, 341. So P value we can calculate as 341 divided by 2000. So the value is 0.1705. Fifth sample, D value is 225. So 225 divided by 2000. So answer is 0.1125. Sixth sample, defectives are 322. So 322 divided by 2000. So answer becomes 0.1610. Next sample, D value is 280 out of 2000. So 280 upon 2000 becomes P and the value is 0.1530. Ninth sample, D is 337. So 337 divided by 2000, the value becomes 0.1685. Next 10th sample, the value is 305. So 305 divided by 2000. So P value becomes 0.1525. 11th sample, D is 356 out of 2000. So 356 upon 2000 becomes 0.1780. 12th sample, D value is given as 402. So P value we can calculate as 402 divided by 2000. That can be considered as 0.2010. 13th sample, D value is 216. So P value is 216 divided by 2000, which can be considered as 0.1080. 14th sample, D is 264. So P value 264 divided by 2000 is equal to 0.1320. 15th sample, D value is 126. So P value can be calculated as 126 divided by 2000 is equal to 0.0630. 16th sample, D value is 409. So 409 divided by 2000 becomes P value as 0.2045. Next 17th sample, D is 193. So 193 divided by 2000 becomes 0.0965. 18th sample, D value is 326. So 326 divided by 2000. The value becomes 0.1630. 19th sample, the value is 280. D value is 280. So 280 divided by 2000. The value becomes 0.1400. 20th sample, D value is 389. So 389 divided by 2000. The value becomes 0.1945. 21st sample, D value is 451. So 451 divided by 2000 becomes 0.2255. Last sample, 22nd, D value is 420. So 420 divided by 2000 becomes 0.2100. Now we need to have total of P. So these 11 values we will add, and actually we want to have total of 22 values. So first of all we will calculate the total of 11 values. 0.2125 plus 0.2150 plus 0.1080 plus 0.1705 plus 0.1125 plus 0.1610 plus 0.1400 plus 0.1530 plus 0.1685 plus 0.1525 plus 0.1780. The total of these 11 values are 1.7715. Then we will take the total for P for next 11 values. So 0.2010 plus 0.1080 plus 0.1320 plus 0.0630 plus 0.2045 plus 0.0965 plus 0.1630 plus 0.1400 plus 0.1945 plus 0.2255 plus 0.2100. So this total becomes 1.7380. Now we need to have total of D also for 11 values and last 11 values also. So 425 plus 430 plus 216 plus 341 plus 225 plus 322 plus 280 plus 306 plus 337 plus 305 plus 356. This total becomes 3543. Next 11 values, 402 plus 216 plus 264 plus 126 plus 409 plus 193 plus 326 plus 280 plus 389 plus 451 plus 420. The total becomes 3476. So we will calculate P bar as summation Pi upon K, which can be considered as 1.7715 plus 1.7380, because we have to consider all 22 atoms together divided by 22. So that becomes 3.5095 divided by 22. So the answer is 0.1595. Q bar is nothing but 1 minus P bar, which is equal to 1 minus 0.1595 is equal to 0.8405. So 3 sigma limits for P chart are given by, or we can calculate P bar this way also. We can take the total defectives divided by 2000 into 22. So 3543 plus 3576 divided by 2000 into 22. So same answer we are going to get, 0.1595. So 3 sigma control limits for P chart are given by P bar plus minus 3 root p bar q bar upon n. So upper control limit is equal to 0.1595 plus 3 into square root of 0.1595 into 0.8405 divided by 2000. So the upper control limit, we can write this as 0.1595 plus 3 into square root of 0.000067, which is equal to 0.1595 plus 0.0246. So upper control limit is 0.1841. Lower control limit, we can calculate this as 0.1595 minus 0.0246. So lower control limit is 0.1349 and central line is nothing but p bar, which is equal to 0.1595. Now this is our p chart. We'll plot all 22 samples on x-axis. So x-axis, we have to consider sample number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Lower control limit we will plot at 0.1349. Central line we will plot at 0.1595 and upper control limit is nothing but 0.1841. And we will just pick up the value and we will plot the value in the chart, P chart. So the first sample, I think the value is 0.2125. So 0.2125 will come somewhere here. Second sample, the value is 0.2150. So second sample, the value is coming here, 0.2150. Third sample, the value is coming here. Fourth is coming here. So this way we will plot all the points in this particular chart. So control chart for fraction defective we are drawing here, and we can observe that many of the points are falling outside the control limits. So some are below lower control limit and some are above upper control limit. So that is nothing but, so from the P chart we find that the sample points fraction defectives corresponding to the sample numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22 fall outside the control limits. Hence, the process cannot be regarded in statistical control.